What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Pga Dfs first look video. I hope a lot of you out there tailed the Jordan Spieth pick last week. Ended up having him at plus 1400 to be the top scorer. He came through thanks to Justin Thomas losing to Siwoo Kim in the singles matches. Also had Spieth written up as my favorite captain play of the week on DraftKings. So if you played Spieth, you're probably in a pretty good spot. It was a fun event. I really liked the President's Cup. I know it was a big mismatch right from the start, but I thought it provided a lot of intrigue, and man, Tom Kim, what a superstar that guy is. I can't wait to see him, on tour the next couple of years. Now, this week we have the Sanderson Farm Championship. It's going to be played at the Country Club of Jackson, which is a par 72 that measures 7,461 yards. It's a fairly, I wouldn't say short, but it's not as long as it plays. There are 4 par 5s. And you can hit a lot of drivers here. It's routinely one of the 10 easiest courses on the PGA Tour. The last 5 winners, 22 under, 19 under, 18 under, 21 under, and 19 under par. So we can't expect a birdie fest this week. The fairways here are kind of narrow, but the penalty for missing them is very small. It's actually one of the smallest, on the PGA Tour rotation. So I do prefer distance over accuracy off the tee. We've seen a lot of good total drivers and a lot of bombers play well here in the past. The greens are very easy to hit, which often leads to a putting contest. So if you're going to want to contend this week, if the greens are easy to hit for everyone, you're going to have to make a lot of putts. Now the fairways, the rough, and the greens, they are all made of Bermuda grass if you like looking at those kind of splits. And the key advantage for me is going to be taking care of the par 5s. They actually are pretty difficult compared to tour average. So being able to take care of those is going to give you a big boost on the rest of the field. The comps that I'm looking at this week, easy par 72s and Bermuda courses. Pretty simple there. Just think, hey, if you're good on Bermuda, it might help here. If you're good on easy par 72s, might help here. So we'll cover those here in a second. For the stats, I'm looking at 3 different time periods. I'm looking at the last 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. Strokes gained off the tee, total driving, distance, approach, strokes gained ball striking, green regulation, birdie or better, bogey avoidance around the green, and putting. Now putting, I do have some Bermuda splits in here. I do like to include some putting splits in my model each and every week. We got course history. I'm going to have a pretty small weight to course history this week. It hasn't been all that predictive year in and year out. You will see a lot of guys, Sebastian Munoz won here and then missed the cut. Sam Burns won here and then missed the cut. So a lot of guys with very inconsistent course history, and there's a lot of players in the field that, KFT graduates. So I'm not looking at course history all that much this week, although it does have a small weight in the model. The comp one's going to be the easy par 72s. So guys that play best on these courses, you have Burns, Norlander, Seamus Power, Molinax, who's been playing some great golf down the stretch of last season, and Mark Hubbard. And then comp 2 is going to be the Bermuda specialist. You have Keegan Bradley, which is kind of surprising, Chris Kirk, Russell Henley, Sam Burns, and Denny McCarthy. Now let's get into just the overall rankings. I'll give you a sneak preview of the model. I will have player notes in here for a lot of the field this week. I'll have, you can adjust the percentages to your liking. So if you want to bump up, some upside, you can bump up the top 10 and top 5% finishes. If you want to just chase birdie makers, go over here to the stats. You can change these percentages as well, and you can really make the model your own. It is available to RotoGrinders premium members, so we'd love to have you if you would like it. But early week preview, a couple guys that are popping as good values: Smalley, Hubbard, Yeager on DraftKings, on FanDuel. Pretty similar list of names, and then at the very top, obviously, you have Sam Burns. Pretty big edge on the rest of the field at the moment. Only 4 guys with a rating above 80, which is quite surprising. Kind of shows the overall strength of the field. Taylor Montgomery's a guy that he's just been on fire on the Korn Ferry Tour towards the end of last season, and then in his first start on the PGA Tour this season at the Fortinet, finished 3rd. So he's a guy that you certainly want to keep in mind as well. So that'll do it for this week. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you back here next week.